Hello and welcome. I'm truly glad to have you here today. In this episode, you're going to hear a powerful and deeply personal story titled The Price of Ambition, Success, Sacrifices, and Life Balance. This advanced-level listening practice is designed to challenge your comprehension while also offering meaningful reflections on the journey toward success, and what we sometimes lose along the way. So find a quiet place, get comfortable, and let yourself be immersed in the story. Let's begin. When I think back to the first time I tasted success, I remember a strange mix of euphoria and exhaustion, as though I had finally reached the summit of a mountain I had been climbing for years, only to realize the air was thin and the view, while breathtaking, felt oddly empty. Growing up in a modest household where every cent was earned with sweat and persistence, I internalized the belief that ambition was not just a virtue but a lifeline, a force that would lift me out of obscurity and shield me from the vulnerabilities that marked my childhood, the unpaid bills, the quiet dinners, the anxious looks exchanged between my parents when the rent was due, and so I pursued excellence with an almost religious fervor, devoting myself to my education, to late-night study sessions, to internships that paid nothing but promised exposure, to networking events where I rehearsed my elevator pitch like a mantra, and eventually to a high-powered job in a corporate law firm where 16-hour days were not the exception but the norm, and sleep became a luxury I could neither afford nor prioritize. At first, I wore my fatigue like a badge of honor, as though being perpetually tired proved my dedication, and indeed, the results spoke for themselves. Promotions, bonuses, invitations to elite conferences, admiration from colleagues, the approving nods of mentors who had once doubted whether I could handle the pressure, but with every professional milestone came a personal compromise, the slow erosion of relationships I once held dear, like the girlfriend who grew tired of postponed plans and late-night texts promising just one more hour, or the friends who stopped inviting me to gatherings I would inevitably miss, or my younger sister whose graduation I watched on a video sent days later because I was preparing for a trial that, in the grand scheme, barely mattered. I remember one evening, after a particularly grueling case that ended in a victory hollowed out by fatigue, sitting in my apartment, an apartment that, despite its elegance and panoramic view, felt more like a hotel room than a home, and realizing I had no one to share the moment with, no voice on the other end of the line to celebrate with, no laughter, just the quiet hum of the refrigerator and the soft ticking of a clock that reminded me time was slipping through my fingers. It was then that I began to question the narrative I had built around ambition, the belief that success was a linear path paved with sacrifices that would one day be justified by the destination, and I started to ask myself difficult questions. What is success if it costs you your peace, your joy, your connection to others, and how much of my drive was rooted in passion, and how much in fear of failure, of insignificance, of being average in a world that rewarded only the extraordinary? These questions haunted me, not because I didn't know the answers, but because I did, and acknowledging them meant confronting the reality that I had built my identity around a version of success that was, at its core, unsustainable. So I began, hesitantly at first, to recalibrate, to create boundaries that once felt like weaknesses, turning down projects that infringed on my weekends, saying no to clients who expected 24/7 availability, choosing to leave the office while the sun was still up, and in doing so, I faced criticism from those who equated ambition with martyrdom, who believed that to strive meant to suffer, and that any deviation from that path was complacency or, worse, laziness. But I also found something else, something quieter and more enduring, a sense of balance, a reconnection with parts of myself I had long neglected, like my love for painting, for cooking, for long walks with no destination, and slowly, the relationships I thought I had lost began to heal. I called my sister more often, visited my parents not just out of obligation but out of genuine desire, reconnected with friends who welcomed me back without judgment, and even began to date again, this time with the intention of being truly present. In time, my definition of ambition evolved from one centered on titles and accolades to one rooted in purpose and fulfillment, and I realized that ambition, in its healthiest form, is not a flame that burns you out but a compass that guides you toward a life that is both meaningful and sustainable, and that true success is not measured by how much you earn or how high you climb but by the depth of your experiences, the quality of your relationships, and the peace you feel when you're alone with your thoughts. I often speak to younger professionals now, those who remind me of my younger self, eager, intense, convinced that hustle is the only way, and I try to share with them not just the highlights of my career but the costs as well, not to dissuade them from dreaming big, but to encourage them to dream wisely, to understand that while sacrifice is often part of the journey, it should never become the destination, and that the price of ambition is not worth paying if it bankrupts your soul. I still work hard, I still chase goals, but I do so with a new awareness, a new rhythm, one that honors both my drive and my humanity, and if I could go back and speak to that younger version of myself, the one hunched over his laptop at 2 a.m. with eyes bloodshot from too much screen time and coffee coursing through his veins, I would tell him this: you are enough as you are, your worth is not defined by your productivity, and while ambition is a powerful engine, it is not the destination, your life is. Thank you for listening. I hope this story gave you not only valuable English listening practice, but also something to reflect on in your own life journey. Ambition can be a beautiful force, as long as it doesn't come at the cost of our happiness and humanity. Don't forget to take care of yourself, find balance, and keep learning with intention. Until next time, take care and keep listening.